IVM.
Hey everybody, welcome to another week on the IVM Podcast Network. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Paytm Money Upfront. We're still in lockdown and we're trying our best to make our releases work, but we are occasionally getting a little late or slipping on some episodes. Hope that you guys continue to remain patient with us. Check out our social media accounts. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. We're doing something over there called the IVM Smart Guide. A bunch of our hosts are talking about things to do during the lockdown, books, movies, podcasts, etc. Check it out. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. And let's get you onto your show right now.
Hello and welcome to the Habit Coach Podcast, the bite-sized podcast filled with quick and easy, actionable habits. Remember, great habits create that awesome life. I am Ashdin Doctor, your habit coach. Today's fun fact of the day has to do with mirrors. Did you know that the black volcanic rock called obsidian was used as a mirror? They have found evidence of these kinds of mirrors in Turkey and they date back to 6,000 years ago. Obsidian is actually a form of naturally occurring glass created by the extreme heat of the volcano. It has this black, eerie look about it. And while I was climbing Kilimanjaro, we came across vast fields of this rock. After all, Kilimanjaro is a volcano. Much later on, mirrors were made out of metals like copper. Plates of copper would be polished to such an extent that they would become mirrors. Clearly, vanity among humans has always been a thing. Probably it's part of our being. Or maybe it's the ability to acknowledge the person in the mirror. Mirrors are amazing tools that we completely take for granted. In our modern world, we have them everywhere. But they were owned only by the very wealthy back in the day. They were precious artifacts because they gave you a point of view impossible to achieve otherwise. It is this concept of a mirror I wish to talk about today. The idea of another point of view. As you know, our brains are wired to pick up and highlight the negative in every situation. Especially in a time where the world seems to be falling around us, our minds are constantly remembering and playing back negative loops. However, even if we were not in this negative loop format, our minds would still remember our failures more vividly than our wins. I know so many people who do not think that they can do anything right. I have people writing in and telling me that they feel like total failures, that they have achieved nothing in their lives so far. Have you ever had that feeling when the day just seems to fly by? You woke up and now suddenly it's time to go back to bed again? Then you lie awake staring at the ceiling, wondering what happened. Where did it all go wrong? As your habit coach, I want you to break out of these negative loops. I want you to snap out of this thinking that you are a failure because all you can remember are your failures. The truth is that we have mini wins all the time. We have mini victories every single day. Every day, there is something that we are doing that was right. These small wins fall through the cracks. They disappear in this tornado of negative thoughts. The habit I'm about to share with you today is one of the most powerful tools I've ever used. It helps you gain your self-confidence. It helps you feel stronger and grow. It even helps you fall asleep faster. The habit is very simple. I want you to look at yourself in the mirror every night and say aloud 3 mini wins or mini victories you had today and one thing that you learned that you need to improve on. A mini win could be as simple as waking up on time. It could be small, like made lunch, or that you called and spoke to that friend you were meaning to for a while. It could be that you exercised, or even that you did not eat that packet of potato chips that you were eyeing. Our days are truly filled with these wins. We don't see them because we expect something big and huge to count as a win. But that is not true. A moment when you made the right choice is a win. The second part is also powerful. What have you learned that you need to change in the future? This gives us a constant trickle of self-improvement. Today's learning is tomorrow's win. So your simple habit to do a mirror review starts when you brush your teeth at night. Use the brushing as a cue. While brushing your teeth, think about 3 things There were mini wins today. Then after you finish, look at yourself in the mirror. Look at your eyes and say the 3 wins out aloud. Then say the one thing you learned that you can improve on. Do this every night, and within a few weeks, your life will change. Remember, the mirror is important because it gives you a change of perspective, and that is exactly what we need. So start these habits and share with us your progress using the hashtag #TheHabitCoach. If you like this podcast, don't forget to check out other interesting podcasts on the IVM network. You can listen to us on the IVM Podcast app or ivmpodcast.com. You can also follow us on social media. We are at IVM Podcasts on Twitter and Instagram. If you want to reach out to me, I am Ashdin Doc on Twitter and Instagram. You can find lots more information on my website, awesome180.com, or check out different content on my YouTube channel called AWESOME180. That's Awesome 180.
Filter coffee is a fascinating beverage. You need to pick the right beans, blend them in the right proportion, roast them to perfection, and slow brew at the right temperature to get the perfect cup. Which is exactly like great conversations as well. You need to track down the most interesting minds, get them into their zone, and settle down for an unhurried, unscripted chat. And coffee for me is always, always, always best enjoyed with friends. I'm Karthik Nagarajan, and do share my table as I meet some of the most interesting people I know and sit them down for a strong cup of coffee and an even stronger conversation. Join me every Wednesday for a freshly brewed episode. This is not frappe. This is the Filter Coffee Podcast.
रिश्ते में तो हम तुम्हारे पॉडकास्ट लगते हैं. नाम है फुटबॉल शुटबॉल.
Presenting Football Shortball, a show about 3 friends discussing our favorite game over a beer. Sometimes 3, maybe even 5. Hi, I'm Shiva, and with me are my 2 sidekicks, Gaurav Sapre and Karthik Iyer.
Sidekick? You mean like Batman's Robin or Van Persie Robin?
No, I mean like Alexis Sanchez, but with a little more skill than just playing the piano.
Ha! Just shows how the best players at Arsenal are mere bench warmers at United.
Oh, thank you, Iyer. But you're a Fulham supporter, so whenever you say anything to support me, I question my beliefs.
Just like how Griezmann would say, एक बार मैंने जो decision ले लिया, तो मैं अपने आप की भी नहीं सुनता.
Banter aside, we will talk match reports, transfer rumors, top controversies, fantasy football picks, and so much more. So grab a beer and tune in to Football Shortball every Wednesday on the IVM Podcast app, website, or wherever you get your podcasts.